Hi again, everyone. In this video, we're going to be talking about return on investment, or ROI, and do an evaluation of three marketing strategies: traditional marketing, paid social media, and organic social strategies. We're going to use a construction company as an example, but this example will pretty much follow for any type of business. But first, let's start by talking about customer acquisition costs. This is one of the most important costs in your business, and I find that most business owners really don't have a handle on this cost. In short, what we're asking is, what does it cost to gain one customer? This isn't about one purchase, it's about one customer, however you define it. So for a restaurant, this may be something like somebody that orders from me once a week or once a month. If you work in the auto business, this may be somebody that comes to you for repairs 75% of the time. For example, in my previous business, we were able to gain 1 to 2 new customers a year. My average project was about $2.5 million. If you added up my salary, my pre-construction department salary, and my marketing budget, I would say it was about $300,000 a year. So if we gain 2 customers a year, our cost of acquisition is about $150,000. Now this number makes sense given that our average project cost was $2.5 million. So for every $150,000 I spend, I gain 1 more client. Now for way of comparison, if you look at a restaurant, the average cost of gaining an additional customer is about $40. So this makes a little bit more sense in the context of a restaurant. Now, understanding your current costs for a new customer is important so you can evaluate if new marketing attempts are worth it or if you should put your marketing dollars into more traditional marketing strategies. Okay, so now I'm going to bring up a whiteboard so we can start to talk through some of these examples. I'm going to start by talking about what I do today. Right now, I spend $750 a year and buy a quarter-page ad in my local university's football program, which is the University of Houston. Now, this is great because I know, of course, that students go to the football games. They have a student section, so they will see my targeted ad. In fact, if I check online, I can see that the student population of the student section is 5,000 students, and they have 7 home games a season. So right now, for $750, I'm sitting at a population of 35,000 students. There are some things I need to take into consideration, though. First is that, according to the University of Houston, only 10% of these students have a construction-related major. So now I'm down to 3,500 people. I also have to assume that a lot of these students are not going to buy a program. I know this is relatively low from my experience, so I'm going to actually place this also at about 10%. So I'm going to guess that only about 350 students are really going to see this targeted ad for them. Using this information, I now know that if I spend $750, I'm basically paying $2.14 for every view that I get of my ad. Now, our goal is to beat this using other marketing strategies. So now I'm going to take this same ad and place it using Facebook's paid advertising. If you don't know how to do this, the simplest way to start is to post it to your page and then use the Boost Post button to start. I'm going to target specific people when I do this, and you can do this very easily through Facebook. I'm going to target people who are 18 to 22, within a couple miles of campus, and who have an interest in architecture, relevant engineering degrees, or construction. Facebook will tell you how many people this is, and Facebook tells me this is about 5,400 people, which makes sense given the other information that I have about the University of Houston student population. So I know I'm on the right track here. Based on these calculations, and from my previous experience knowing that these ads run about $1 per engagement, which is meaning somebody is interacting with the post, I believe that I should be able to get at least 750 touch points with this ad. Now, one of the great things about the way digital ads work is the more your target audience likes your ad, the cheaper it is per engagement. So this ad could easily hit 2,000 people, or close to 40% of your target audience. One of the other benefits of this type of ad is that you'll have a known conversion rate, so you'll know if this ad was successful. So not only will you know the amount of touch points, which you would know approximately with your traditional advertising, but you will know if anybody actually did anything once they saw the ad. And this is what we're talking about when we say a conversion. Finally, let's say I'm going to try a different social strategy and start a Facebook page. I'm going to hire someone for $30 an hour, which I feel like is an adequate pay rate for a new marketer. If I use $750 as my base total cost, I'll be able to hire them for about 25 hours of social media work. The reason why I'm going to hire somebody new is I want them to focus on quick deliverables for me. So I'm going to assume that they can post 6 things an hour, which gives them 10 minutes to make a picture or a meme, maybe crop a video, make a GIF, or something similar to this that someone that has experience or at least went to school for digital marketing should be able to do quickly. The point is that this is not high-end visual content. Remember when we talked about the tenet of you having to do something? This is what I'm talking about. We want to be able to produce this stuff quickly. This is going to allow me to have 150 posts with 150 calls to action. The problem with this method is that it's a lot harder to predict what you will exactly get for touch points. The good part about this method is that it's very easy to see the outcome and the success you'll have in this method. So when you're done, you're going to be able to see the number of conversions you received, as well as which ads were really successful and which ads were less successful. So you're going to have a lot more information about what your target audience responds to. Now, as long as every 2 posts gets 1 view, you will still be tracking better than traditional marketing. And really, we should expect this to happen. Another upside of this approach is that your conversions are possibly unlimited with the right ad because you're not paying to get it in front of people. This is going to be a fully organic strategy. You also have the potential for a much larger audience. So for example, if somebody at school shares the post, they're going to share it with all of their colleagues, not just the ones at University of Houston. So it's going to go out to potentially 50, 100 different colleges, as well as other people who may work in that field. So that's pretty much it. This is a simple method to evaluate traditional, digital, and social marketing strategies and determine which one has your best ROI. Testing is a very important component of marketing and makes digital marketing a lot easier. Any questions? Please let me know. As always, if you like this video, like, subscribe, or leave me a comment about what you would like to see next. Thank you.